Greetings. Welcome to the ride. Congratulations on being the first in line to answer that question. I'm sure it will lead to a game full of firsts, where you'll probably finish last. Now, how many of you are there? All by yourself? Well, no worries. There'll be enough trivia and comedy for 3 humans. Is this the first time on the ride for you? Well then, you won't be needing any more new instructions. It must be nice to know it all before you've even begun. Please type in your name. Wonderful, thanks. If you feel like buzzing, use the letter B. I'm so sorry to say that our time together is finally over. Enjoy your ride.
Time for the show where high culture and pop culture collide. This episode of You Don't Know Jack the Ride is sponsored by My First Aid Kit. It's fun to have boo-boos. And now, here's the host, delicious as his name, Cookie.
First of all, I'd like to welcome you to the game. And don't feel bad about playing alone. I mean, you always get to be number 1. Well, after me, of course. Okay, now remember, first impressions are always important, so don't embarrass yourself in the first question. Let's ride. Okay, hit your buzzer. Hey, you can live on that. Here's your category. First, I turn on the TV. And now, the question. Which one of these pairs does not list the first thing first? Beverly Hills 90210 Melrose Place, The Simpsons Beavis and Butthead, Sesame Street The Electric Company, or Dynasty Dallas? Dope! What the hell am I doing? That didn't sound like Beavis at all. It sounds like Pat. God, that was terrible. That doesn't really matter. You got it wrong anyway. The correct answer is Dallas came before Dynasty. Don't you even care who shot JR? What happened to you? Where's your compassion? Okay, I like to call this category Motley Crue plays its first bar mitzvah. Okay, I want you to look at this analogy and tell me which answer best completes it. Heather Locklear is to rocker Tommy Lee as Lilith of Jewish legend is to whom? Adam, Jesus, Abraham, or Richie Sambora? Okay, I guess I'll forgive the horrible first impression you made by flubbing the first question. Before Pamela Anderson, Heather Locklear was the woman who was made for Tommy Lee. Before Eve, Lilith was the woman who was made for Adam. Now select the... We're calling this one My First Love. Okay, prepare yourself. $3,417 is on the line here. And the question is, what should be the first thing you think of when you think of Stephen Furst? He was that doctor on ER, he was that priest on Amen, he was that cop in the Dream Team, or he was that pledge in Animal House. He played Flounder in the movie Animal House. Huh, I learn something every day around here. I thought he was the beaver on Leave It to Beaver. Okay, buzz in and lock on to the highest value you can. The category is Jerry Mathers, not Stephen Furst, as the beaver. You know, many folks think of the Cleavers from Leave It to Beaver as the typical nuclear family. Keeping that in mind, if Wally decides to enact a first strike policy against the Beaver, what will he do? Tell on Beaver after he throws food at dinner? Get Eddie Haskell to spy on Beaver? Wait till Beaver hits him first, hit him back? Or find all of Beaver's water balloons and pop them? A first strike policy is where you wipe out your enemy's weapons before they have a chance to use them.
Now, Wally, it wasn't very nice to incapacitate your brother's strategic defense systems, now was it? Go to your room.
All right, it's time.
Bingo.
I finished ahead of you and now I'm gonna raise ya.
Welcome to First. That's the last time I'm gonna say that. Now Now remember, to win cash, buzz in when the first letter of the answer lights up. If you get all 5 letters, you win the cash. Here we go. The Heisman is a what? Trophy. Grand Slam Tennis Open. Sweep. To win 2 consecutive titles. Right. World's most popular sport. Oh! Just one more letter, go get it. Horse racing's run for the blank. Chess champ Deep Blues maker. IBM, at least twice a day. There you go. First. Can you say bonus? That's what your current score looks like. Let's keep going. All right, bang your buzzer. This one's called, did Howard Cosell work for Century 21? Let's get going. If your real estate agents were with the First Estate, what would you expect them to wear? Habits and vestments, press badges and reporters' hats, tiaras and crowns, or thongs and G-strings? This just in, you're wrong. In case you're wondering, during the old regime in France, clergy was referred to as the First Estate. So, you're not married, but you're looking for a one-bedroom apartment. Let's see. I've got some places in hell I can show you. Hit your buzzer to choose the... Okay, nice shot. Here's your category. Chivalry isn't dead, but these authors sure are. Okay, play ball. If each of the following writers came to a doorway at the same time and someone called out, "Ladies first," it would get to walk through the door first. Ezra Pound, George Eliot, Jules Verne, or Percy Shelley. George Eliot was the pen name of Mary Ann Evans. Pen name. Why would you name your pen? All right. It's dead, it's disgusting, it's roadkill. Alright, when you see the answer that unites the pair of items on the screen, buzz in. And don't forget, figure out the final bonus question, and I'll give you some extra cash. Alright, put it in gear, we're going. Little tiny bit, an homophone of hair. What's the common link between these two? Booze Blank Royal, and RC is Royal Blank Cola. Eccentrics and Cereal Frosted Blank. Score! Sights to be seen and making blank of yourselves. Little Rascal Darla's surname and thug. Resell tickets for a profit and supposedly collected by Native Americans. Puppet on South Park, Mr. Blank, and Cat in the Blank. Okay, it's bonus time. What do all the correct answers have in common? Are they all 7 biggest U.S. banks? Famous inventions? Things found on a head? That's that, count it. Nice job, let's move ahead, shall we? Alright, there it is, let's keep moving. Hit your buzzer. Ah, you blew it. Here's your category. Whose older brother isn't creepy? Hey, take a look at the following song lyrics. When you know the missing word, buzz in and start typing. No, my first name ain't Baby, it's Janet. Miss Jackson, if you're buzzing and... Let's see what you think. Who's that typing nasty letters? I wonder what you get to call her if you're slightly cantankerous. Well, old man?
I don't have a canker sore. What?
Hey, buzz in to select a value. Here's your category. First class loser. All right, picture this. You're on an airliner and the flight's really crowded, so you get bumped into first class. Just don't talk to anybody, all right? Because they don't really like your type up there. Now, as you're trying to stow your carry-on luggage, the flight attendant asks you if you'd like anything. If you tell her, just a sec, what might she bring you? An incredibly good-looking escort, a large paper bag, a mildly dry champagne, or a small rodent? See, it's not always one of the wacky answers. So you know what sec means. Good for you, but if you really want to belong in first class, stop sticking the peanuts in your ears. All right, bang your... Okay, give it up for... The history of hanging 10. Here's the question. If the guy you had a hit with surfing USA in 1977 sang about the first explorer to hit the shores of the Americas in 1002, what pair would you have? John Schneider and John Cabot, Christopher Cross and Christopher Columbus, Leif Garrett and Leif Erikson, or Sean Cassidy and Sean Ryder? Leif and Leif. Yeah, I sure remember that Leif Erikson poster I had in my junior high locker. Oh, hold on a sec. And, I don't mean the dry champagne. Oh, God, I killed myself.
Oh my God! Oh sweet Jesus! It's a Viking attack! Everyone run for your lives!
Lucky, save the O's.
What?
The Vikings are stealing the O's.
Screw you! I'm just trying to save myself in here! Jesus, was it something I said about Leif Erikson? Well, that's the first time I've ever been attacked by Vikings. I've got a few scrapes here and there, but other than that, I'm fine. Oh, look! Somebody left behind a funny helmet! Now select the highest value and see if you hit the jackpot. Oh, God. Here's your category. First one to whip out their whip wins. Oh, that's great. The Vikings took our nice, round, familiar O's and left us with these scary and un-American O's. Oh, well. Because he was first cast to play the hero in Raiders of the Lost Ark, who is the lost Indiana Jones? Tom Selleck, Bruce Willis, David Duchovny, or Pierce Brosnan? Hello? Oh, there you are. Thought I lost you. Tom Selleck was originally cast as Indy, but didn't do it because he was already committed to Magnum P.I. Gotta admire someone who puts art before commercial success. All right, it's time to choose the value of the question. Let's do it. Well, we've already had Vikings attack, so let's get on with the Jack attack to see what other damage we can do. But first, a clue. The artists formerly known as... Hey, what if I change my name from Cookie to that O with a little line through it? You think that would go well? perfect. Too bad you had no one to share it with.
Tune in this week as 5 Frosty finalists compete for the title of World's Strongest Snowman.
The crane is lowering the 200-pound corncob pipe into Snowball Bob's mouth. It's in place. Oh! Snowball Bob just couldn't hang on to it.
Okay, the coal truck is backed up right beside Mr. Shivers. And here comes the coal out of the dump chute. Oh, it looks like Mr. Shivers did not hold up very well.
Carrot Nose will attempt to wrestle this polar bear. Ouch! The bear has taken a bite out of his carroty nose.
He should have used a button.
The World's Strongest Snowman competition. Are you snowman enough?
So, you think you know sushi? You and your other yuppie-spawn friends think you know sushi? Well, you don't know sushi at all, not a wee bloody bit. Oh, you can sit in your fancy $70 a plate sushi cafes and impress your other human scabby friends and order California roll and think you're the sheep's wool. Well, you're nothing. You're sushi juniors and you make me sick. So from now on, you order sushi the real way, the proper way. You get McLeod sushi, or you don't eat it at all. McLeod's only uses real haggis. None of this simpy wimpy fish snot. We only use haggis, good Scottish minced haggis. And if you know it's good for you, you'll eat it too. So stop being a baby doll freak loser and leave that hair mousse alone because you're eating McLeod sushi from now on.
Here's the story of two very lovely ladies and their far-out righteous groovy old man. Went to a party in the 60s, threw their keys into a punch bowl, and then each lady went off with a fella other than the one with whom she came. 9 months later we became a family, bought a groovy pad, and then we changed our name to the Swabbaroos. The Swabbaroos. Got those non-traditional alternative family blues. Being a father's never easy, especially when you don't know whose you are. But we're so proud our seeds were intermingled, and it really helps to have the extra car.
Can I have an advance on my allowance?
Ask your father.
Which one?
I love you, moms and dads.
Make sure your parents sign the permission slip.
With 4 parents, I'll need a bigger slip.
Good night, honey.
Good night, honey.
Good night, honey.
Good night, honey.
We're the Swabbaroos. The Swabbaroos. With mom and dad and mom, there's no way we can ever lose. Swabbaroos.
Hey, that turned out pretty well.
I don't know how we're gonna afford Dad's funeral and serve figure sandwiches afterwards.
We were able to pay for the casket and the headstone, but now I can't afford to make a casserole for after the services.
Sound familiar? Afraid one day you'll be stuck serving cheese and crackers to a room of hungry mourners? Well, we understand your pain and embarrassment, and we're here to help. We're Azrael and Sons Funeral Homes and Pizza Parlors. I mean, let's face it, when someone dies, the rest of us eat. And at Azrael and Sons, we're here to put all your mourning and munching worries to rest. Our funeral directors have 30 years of experience in funeral arrangement, and our pizza chefs have won over 200 taste test competitions. You get the room, the casket, our 30 years of experience, and your choice of deep dish or thin crust, all for one low price. So remember, in your time of sorrow and hunger, Azrael and Sons Funeral Homes and Pizza Parlors. Azrael and Sons, you kill 'em, we'll feed 'em.
Next week on Round and Round and Round and Round and Roundtable, Doctors Alan Gurm and Gerald Meatbottom discuss the controversial new sleep-inducing therapy for insomnia sufferers, getting up and getting a glass of water.
But so much is unknown about the effects of getting up and getting a glass of water. There are dangers of spillage, broken glass, water supply. I mean, what do they do with the water once they have it?
Well, we advise they drink it, although we found that handing it to a family member has produced some positive results.
Watch as our panelists discuss this controversial new sleep aid and similar therapies.
Some of your more irresponsible colleagues are now prescribing other more radical treatments like sitting up and having a ham sandwich or even running around with a plate of Jell-O.
Well, we certainly wouldn't support that kind of behavior because of the risks involved, especially to children.
Tune in for Get Up and Get Yourself a Glass of Danger, Saturday on Round and Round and Round and Round and Roundtable.
Short and squat with thinning hair, protruding gut and derriere. He's got no neck, it's just not there. But I just can't avert my stare. I watch him from across the street. I hope someday that I can meet the boy from forehead's like a billboard sign. His eyes are red as Boone's farm wine. His nose is like a cone of pine. His lips, hey, well, they look just fine. I wave at him, but he can't see. His lazy eye can't locate me. The boy from Chichen-Itza. Decide the time is right. I finally have him in my sight. Perhaps we'll go out for a bite. I cross the street, the traffic's light. I fail to see the garbage truck. Now my life with him is fun. The boy from Cheese.